Former president and convicted felon Donald Trump has surprisingly invited former South Carolina Governor Nikki Haley to speak at the RNC after all. Wow. So this is an update to a story that I did last week. It's reported in Bloomberg that an invite for Haley actually came at the very last minute, coming in on Sunday, one day after a would-be assassin took a pot shot at the Republican nominee, hitting his ear, and unfortunately, of course, critically injuring two people, as well as killing one. So now, in the wake of that, apparently Trump had a come to Jesus moment, or a Jesus come to me moment, whatever, and promised unity, which didn't exactly last, but apparently unity just means Republicans all unify behind me, or everybody unify behind me. Oh, okay, well. Now, he started that with one of his previous rivals, one Nikki Haley, who stayed in the race, according to Trump, much longer than she should have, which irritated him to no end because he believed that those delegates and those voters belonged to him, okay? And there should have been no contest whatsoever. And so he's especially mad at Nikki Haley for sticking it out as long as she did, whereas as soon as Ron DeSantis, he lost Iowa and immediately started kissing Trump's boots or whatever. Yeah, okay, so he was kissing something, okay? And so Nikki Haley didn't do that for a while and then eventually ended up doing just that. Now, that said, Haley was actually was set to be one of the most conspicuous of names excluded from this convention. Nearly every other prominent Republican was scheduled to be a headliner at the speech. I mean, you had Ron DeSantis, as I mentioned. You had North Dakota Governor Doug Burgum, who was actually on the VP shortlist. But again, we have J.D. Vance now because of the billionaires, and Trump's sons had urged him to pick Vance over Burgum. Now, last week, Haley's spokesperson Cheney Denton told Politico the former governor was not invited, and that she's totally fine with that. Totally 100% fine with that. I mean, you know, I did everything that you wanted, and you still didn't invite me. In fact, she said, Trump deserves the convention he wants. She's made it clear she's voting for him and wishes him the best. I wish you the best. She then also, of course, released her delegates, told them and her voters to support him. And until Sunday, there was no response from Trump. Okay, none at all. So it's like, oh, good, finally, she gave up. Well, too bad. She's not getting a speaking spot at the RNC. Well, now, apparently it took nearly getting assassinated to get Trump to bring Haley back into the fold, the whole aforementioned unity thing. In fact, a Trump-ruled GOP strategist told the Daily Beast, quote, Haley coming around just shows more unity for the GOP at a time where Dems are calling for their nominee to step aside. Well, to be fair on that, it's only a majority of Democratic voters that want Biden to, step aside and allow someone like, for example, Kamala Harris to take over the top of the ticket, where she would have access to the entire war chest and still also have all the delegates and things like that, so we wouldn't have to hold an entirely new primary. But what do I know? I'm just an online elite. In fact, according to an Ipsos poll, by 67 to 30% margins, Americans believe Biden should step aside and let someone else run rather than continue his campaign for president, which includes about 56% of Democrats. And among those who are Democrats or lean Democratic, Vice President Kamala Harris is the top choice for who should replace him. Now, back to Trump and Haley. Obviously, Nikki Haley bent the knee, and at least it's getting some acknowledgement for it. It probably helped that she posted this on social media after the attempted assassination. Quote, this should horrify every freedom-loving American. Violence against presidential candidates must never be normalized. We are lifting up Donald Trump, the entire Trump family, and all in attendance in prayer. So there it is. Trump has managed to take a horrible event and turn it into political gold, and to use it to further solidify his hold on the Republican Party. Are we surprised? No. It wasn't cult-like before. Oh, it certainly is now, with someone who now a lot of Republicans believe was divinely protected by God from a bullet from actually another Republican with bad aim. But here we are. And of course, Nikki Haley just happens to be that cult's newest inductee. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share, subscribe, hit the bell icon in order to get notified whenever a new video is released. And if you want to support independent, progressive media through this difficult time where it seems like everybody is shutting down, you can become a member on our YouTube page, you can become a subscriber on Facebook, or you can go to my Patreon. It's patreon.com/Jeff Waldorf. Thank you.